project geologist is responsible for planning and executing the field programs of an exploration company. Evrim have properties throughout North America, and my responsibility is to make sure that the field programs in the USA and Canada planned and run well. So Evrim generate targets in a number of ways. We can either go into a known jurisdiction where there are proven deposits and try and come in with a new idea or new model, or we can go into a new area that hasn't seen a lot of exploration with an idea. So for example, we just put out a recent press release on the acquisition of a project called Trek 31 in BC. This is in an area that's seen very little exploration, but a new government data set provided a set of information that we used to develop an idea that we went out and tested, and now we have a target we're marketing for future development. The day in the field really depends on the job you're on. If you're running a drill rig, you're spending a lot of time looking after that. If you're on a sampling job, you're spending a lot of time digging and putting dirt in a bag. So the day really depends on what the job is and what the project is. Most days though, we're up at 7 in a camp, get a nice cooked breakfast, helicopter between 7:30 and 8 AM and out in the field, whether that's mapping, sampling or running the drill rig. Generally a 10 to 12 hour field day, back for a nice cooked dinner. Very little time in camp, lots of time in the field. When I'm not in the field, it's a 9 till 5 in the office, planning the next field program, dealing with the data from the last field program, or trying to generate the idea that leads to the new project for Evrim. You've got to like rocks. If you find rocks boring and you don't see the interest in them, you're not going to like this job. You need to be outdoorsy. We spend a lot of time in the field. And then there are a number of extra skills. I know one of the reasons Evrim hired me was because I have my OFA level 3, so a high level of first aid. On top of that, we use a lot of software. So you're constantly using GIS mapping softwares or 3D softwares to model your drill hole data. So being proficient in those softwares is a great skill to have to increase your employability. Mineral exploration fascinated me because I like the outside. I like the idea of exploring. I like the idea of taking a model and trying to apply that in the non-perfect world that exists out there with the rocks. Understanding how a mineral system works and then picking up a rock, looking at the minerals and trying to picture where you were within that model and then exploring based on that. So it's using this small information to create this big picture, and all the meanwhile you're outside doing something you love.